John threw away the SIM card he used to contact his parents. After getting his passport, he decided to completely leave this family. His parents thought he was just acting out emotionally. When they returned home looking for John, they found that there was no one in the room. Looking at the shabby room and the blanket that had been used for 10 years, his parents finally realized that over the past 10 years, they had owed their biological son far too much. But it was already too late. 10 years earlier, in order to live a wealthy life, his parents decided to go abroad to build their careers. They left John at home to be raised by his grandmother. In order to gain his parents' companionship, John studied hard. He scored full marks on every exam. He thought that after seeing this, his parents would surely come back to be with him, but his parents always used work as an excuse and said they were too busy to return. In reality, his parents had already had a younger brother and sister abroad. They had completely forgotten that they still had a son waiting at home. It was not until John graduated from high school that his parents finally drove back home. John was already waiting at the village entrance to welcome them, but his parents only focused on introducing the hometown to the younger siblings. They did not pay attention to John at all. They even told him to go back home first, and then took the younger siblings out for a big meal. John was not angry. Instead, he took his university admission letter to find them. He only wanted a word of praise from his parents, but he accidentally overheard their conversation. Although the younger brother's grades were not as good as John's, they only cared about the younger brother. They even said John was just a bookworm who only knew how to study. They also planned to send the younger brother abroad to study, and eventually inherit the family business. That moment, John completely fell into despair. Suddenly, a violent explosion occurred in the restaurant. John was injured in the leg by falling debris, but his parents only cared about the safety of the younger siblings. They completely ignored whether John lived or died. Fortunately, a kind person sent him to the hospital. When John woke up again, only medical staff were by his side. At that moment, John received a call from his mother. He was very happy, but his mother told him to go take care of his younger brother in the next ward. That moment, John completely lost hope in his parents, so he called Harvard University. He decided to go abroad to study and completely leave his parents. Afterward, he returned home. John not only tore up all his academic certificates from his life, but also burned the family portrait he had drawn himself. Finally, he bowed to his grandmother who had raised him. After finishing all of this, John boarded a bus and left his hometown. When his parents found out, they were filled with regret.